What's going on, ladies and gents? You guys know what time it is. It's your boy Funkadelic Jones in the building. Welcome to Ghetto Wealthy, man. Sponsored by Anchor.fm, the easiest way to start a podcast. If you guys are looking to start a podcast, make sure you guys check out Anchor.fm, man, for real. Man, and shout out to all my distributions everywhere. You know, we live. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Radio, iHeart Radio. I said Amazon, but Amazon, iHeart Radio, just everywhere, man. Everywhere that we at, man. Make sure you guys comment, you guys subscribe, you guys. Anywhere you get podcasts, make sure you guys listen to Ghetto Wealthy, man. We try to bring the good word to you on your way to work, while you're cleaning it up. It don't matter, man. Make sure you guys also follow me on all my social medias at Funkadelic Jones. Hey, I'm open to comment, questions, concerns, everything, man. Now, before I get started, I got a email the other day. I don't know if I was saying, is it Estonia? I don't know if I'm saying it right though, but I got a message saying that the Ghetto Wealthy podcast was number 23 in my category, or since my podcast is kind of labeled under as comedy interviews. They said my podcast was number 23 on comedy interviews, and I was sitting at 147 on just comedy in general. But I don't know if I'm saying the country right. It was like, it's Estonia. It's like it's not Indonesia. It's like Estonia. But I had to look it up, right? So it's some type of country in Europe. So all I can say is, man, shout out to my people over there in Europe that's rocking with the Ghetto Wealthy podcast, man. Always, man. Like I said, man, we taking one country at a time, one step at a time. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to that, man. I don't know if I'm saying the country right now. I know it's Estonia or something. Like, I know a lot of people are saying, you mean Indonesia? No, it's not Indonesia. Trust me, it's really not. But we're gonna get into today's word. And I might shock a lot of people when I tell people this story. But because, you know, this is a story, it's been, almost 15 years. So I've been moved past it and let it go. But it all ties back into what the topic is about. The one issue that I have in the black community, man, and I'm gonna say it, is black people, when it comes to our problems, when it comes to like beefs, when it comes to problems, when it comes to beefs, stuff like that, we just don't know how to just say, you know what, let bygones be bygones, it is what it is. Like, in this world, I understand everybody's not your friend. Yeah, everybody's not gonna like you. You can do absolutely nothing wrong to anybody. And this is people in this world that's not gonna like you. They just not gonna like you they have no general reason, right? You can like me. I've had those type of situations where people just don't like me just because. Oh, he back there cracking jokes. He too funny, you know. All the girls gravitate to him because because again, I don't be doing too much. But you got that one person that's overdoing it, and then there's me who just laid back as hell. I don't like him. I don't like, regular, but. Why does the answer in the black community when it comes to beef have to be death? Like, why does death have to be, like, period? You know what I mean? Like, that's how we end our beefs. Why does death always gotta be the end of beefs? Why does death gotta be the end of beefs? The reason why I'm saying that, because if you look at every beef, even in like the hip hop community, right? Every beef, most of them had to lead in death in order for people to be like, all right, cool, this is going too far, right? You got the Ja Rule and 50 Cent beef. Now I'm not gonna come up here and spread a whole bunch of rumors and stuff like that, but 50 got shot 9 times. Somebody had to almost kill 50, right? Somebody almost had to kill 50. You know, I'm not saying Ja had something to do with that, but whatever issues 50 had, in order for them to eliminate 50, they had to almost kill him. You know what I'm saying? You look at the East Coast, West Coast beef. How did that turn out? Pac's dead, Biggie's dead. It took Pac and Biggie died before you guys realized that this war was more than just music. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to be proud of someone. Nah, man, East Coast, the originators of hip hop. Then West Coast come over there. Nah, man, like show West Coast some love. This our new sound over here. Blah blah blah. You know, it's just music. It's cool you throwing shots at each other and stuff like that because it's competitive. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man, fuck the East Coast. Nah, fuck the West Coast. It's competitive competition. You know, somebody not gonna like what you're gonna say, and you keep it moving. You know, but it had to take Tupac and Biggie to get killed before people was like, all right, man, hold on for a second, yo. This is more than music. They're like, hold on, man. It ain't that personal. It ain't that deep. It's not that serious. But it was almost to the point where like West Coast rappers were scared to go east, East Coast rappers were scared to go west. You know, like it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that personal. You look at like the King Von situation. I may not be a big fan of King Von though, nah. But him and Quando Rondo beefing. How did that beef end? King Von's gone. You know, he's gone. So it's when you look at these situations, you sit back and you ask yourself, why does beef always have to end in death? Especially in the black community. And then when it comes to beef, if they can't get you, they're gonna get somebody closer to you. Father, mother, homeboy, everything. Especially with social media. And they might scroll past your picture and be like, oh yeah, oh that's him, I know where he stay at. And then it makes it harder in the black community too, especially with the no snitching policy. Somebody could see your mans get dropped right on the corner. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You know, growing up in the hood, I understand that policy because at the end of the day, with that, you just want peace. You don't want to be all in front of the police tomorrow. They did this, they did that, they did that. Because at that point, you putting your safety on the line. But the no snitching policy is one of the most dangerous things ever created. You know, your mans get dropped. Like how many murders have happened where people just like blatantly saw it? They ain't say nothing. That's the fact of reality. That's just life in general. I know a lot of people might criticize me for saying that. But when you grow up in the hood, that's the way it is. That's life. You know what I'm saying? That's life around here. That's what this is. It's funny how even when you bring up with like Biggie and Tupac, right? They saying like, oh, it's been 25 years and their murder still ain't been solved. We all know who killed Biggie and Tupac. We all know who did it. But the question is people out there that also know who did it. That was closer to the situation. They just ain't never come up and say nothing. But I'm gonna tell y'all a personal story. 15 years ago. And like I said, it doesn't bother me now like it did back then. But I say 15 years ago. I think if my math is right, but yeah, about 2008? Yeah. Freshman year of high school, I got jumped. Yeah. I know a lot of people don't know that because I don't talk about it as much. But yeah, I got jumped freshman year in high school over a bootleg MP3 player that my mom got. That you can get from, they used to be able to get from like Family Dollar. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing special. It just got the job done. But I didn't randomly get jumped. No. Before I say that, I didn't randomly get jumped. I got set up. Yeah, this is a setup. But to bring to this point, because I got set up by a guy that was in my class that I didn't even know. Mind you, this high school. You know what I mean? You don't know everybody. You got class with a lot of people. That don't mean I know them. But it's crazy when I went to that corner store. Mind you, it was me, my sister, and all them. But crazy, we went to the corner store. These two dudes was out there. Didn't know them. But when the guy showed up, I was like, but I know him. So when the situation happened, I was like, this is a setup. You know what I mean? But the reason why I'm telling y'all this story, because this story goes hand in hand of you win some and you lose some. It's part of life. Because check this out. This was 9th grade year. Imagine you staring in the face of somebody who set you up all the way until you graduate high school. Now, in most people's world, in most people's reality, it will be on site every single day. And situations like that will be to the point where somebody gotta die in order for this situation to end. So imagine if I was on that type of time, if I was on that type of energy, where it's just like, okay, you got me, I'm gonna get you. Then it's gonna be vice versa. He gonna be like, okay, you coming back at me, I'm gonna come back at you. And we do this back and forth, all day long. So just imagine how that situation could have went. So just imagine 9th grade year. Imagine you getting jumped. You in the same class with the person. Then 10th grade year, you come back. You's looking right. You gotta look at this person's face again. 11th grade year, you gotta look at this person's face again. 12th grade year, you gotta look at this person's face again. Now by 12th grade year, you matured and stuff like that. Well, some people are, but to some people, in some people's mind, they not letting that go. They not gonna just walk away and be like, nah, that nigga set me up, bro. That nigga set me up. And of course they gonna try to deny it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they gonna try to deny it like they didn't set them up, like this is just a random, event. But no. But situations like that is where, with black people, our beefs always end in death. Cause it could have been that situation. It could have. Yeah, it could have been a situation like that. Me and this dude could have beefed back and forth the entire time we was in high school, to the point where one of us wouldn't be here right now. It's a sad world we live in, but that's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I'm not the most religious person either, but I always say this to myself, like, I be feeling like God be giving me a lot of obstacles and a lot of challenges, and he just want to see how I would handle them Jones. He always see like, yo, this happened, okay. Let's see how you gonna handle this. I got ultimate patience, but I'm also smart as a mother. You know what I mean? Like, wins and losses is something that It's normal to me, wins and losses. So even though I took a loss in that situation, I feel like I wouldn't, because it's like, yo, I'm still here. It's a lot of people in this world. It's a lot of people in this world that's no longer here because of situations like that. You know, you still hear people to this day, they beef over ops. You got fellas dying over females, fellas dying over a hood that don't even belong to them. They beefing with each other. Oh, you from over such and such? Yeah, somebody came through and shot up the hood and stuff like that. I'm gonna be real with you. There's times where I didn't like. There's times I didn't like people, but at the end of the day, I wasn't beefing with them. You know, like we all seen people where you just be like, man, I don't like that energy, bro. I'm gonna stay away from them. You know what I mean? And that was about it. But you never see me like come across them and be like, man, what, man, nah, bro, like that dude shady, bro. Like I keep those things to myself, because yeah, you can pick on people's body language. You be like, nah, that's a shady dude right there, bro. Like, so anytime they're around you, you keep certain things light. You just be like, hey, what's up, bro? Nah, chilling. But, and you go about your merry way. See, at the end of the day, when it comes to like beefs, as old as I am now, if I'm a beef with somebody, it better be a do or die situation. You mess with my family, yes, we're gonna beef. You mess with my money, yes, we're gonna beef. But little he say, she say nonsense, I don't care about that. We live in an era nowadays where internet gangsters are more heavier than ever. They are. You got somebody that's a thug on Twitter, but they low key, they a nerd off the camera. They nerd off the computers. They nerd behind them phones. But when they get on Twitter and Instagram, oh, they thugs and stuff like that. So we live in that type of era. That's why I said, like, nowadays, to me, I don't get a rise out of situations like that. You know what I mean? I let that stuff go. It is what it is, man, because it got to be important for me to beef with somebody. Somebody might ask me, yo, do you got ops? I don't know if I have ops. And truth be told, I don't care if I have ops. I don't move day to day. I don't move day to day to worry about stuff like that. You know, I'm not out here beefing with people. You know what I mean? You win some beefs, you lose some beefs. It is what it is. So even looking back at it 15 years later, I lost that one. But at the end of the day, I won because I'm still here. I already knew how that situation could have turned out. That situation could have got ugly with the quickness. If I let it. I chose not to, because at the end of the day, even looking back at it still, I didn't go find that drama. That found me. It's one thing if I had an issue with the guy. First of all, I didn't even know the guy. I only literally had one class with him. I didn't even know the dude like that. You know? So it'd have been different if I had an issue with him, and you know what, and he just like, all right, you know what, he had an issue with me. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And that was just his retaliation. But yeah, I didn't even know the dude. So this was all just and we're gonna set him up for what? Don't know. Seen dude, and I seen dude all the way till I graduated high school. And it's even funnier, right? And it's even funnier because even after we graduated high school, we had to go to me and my friends went to some college program. It was like a little 2-week program or something like that. And guess who was in that program with me? He was. Cause see, by the time he got the 12th grade year, he was on honor roll. Like he was trying to change his whole life around. But and I commend him for it. I commend him for that. But in some people's eyes, they not gonna just let that go that you set them up. A lot of people not gonna let that go. A lot of people won't forgive. See me, I forgave the situation, and I forgave the situation. I didn't forget the situation, but I just moved on because that was the best way to do it. Because otherwise, me and dude beefing for that would have been one of the most clueless beefs ever in life. If I jumped into that beef, it'd have been like, why am I beefing with you? Well, first of all, bro, I don't even know you. It's not like I was talking to your girl. Nah, like freshman year, I was just a dude that was. I'm new to high school. I'm trying to figure out this high school thing. But and again, it'd have been one of those situations like, brother, I don't even know you. So for me to beef with you is kind of just like, this would be the only reason I beef with you. So I don't know. It to me is wild, man. But yeah, I had to come to school. I had to come to school, fat ass knots in my head and shit like that. But once the swelling went down, it is what it is, though. But all in all, to bring it to a close, is we gotta stop. Like this is one issue in the black community that's killing us, is we beef with each other to the point where we gotta kill each other. That seems like the only way to end beefs. And then with social media and peer pressure, people be like, oh man, you got 24 hours to respond. Oh, you a sucker. Because people feed into social media, so they be like, oh, he's saying what about me on social media? Oh, all right. That stuff boosts up people's ego. So now they feel like, oh, you trying to disrespect me on social media and blah, blah, blah. Like, I couldn't beef with nobody in this generation here. I'm dead serious. I couldn't beef with nobody in this generation. I'd probably be dead by now. If I was a dude that was beef with somebody, I'd probably be dead. Because why? Beefs are not what they used to be. No way, near, shape, or form. Like, people shoot, people kill you right on sight nowadays. People kill you. People shoot. Nobody don't. It ain't the old school way of beefs where you catch somebody you beef with, y'all fight, duke it out, whatever the case may be. Nah, cats nowadays they shoot. So you don't even want to beef with nobody in this generation. But all in all, to wrap that up, man, black people, listen, guys. We gotta let this beef, man. Like it's understandable not to like somebody. It's understandable. It's understandable just to be like, you know what? I ain't really rocking with dude. Females too, like because y'all be really a lot of females be starting stuff on social media too. Oh, you know what I mean? She watching my page. She a fan. Blah. Like y'all gotta let these beefs go, man. At the end of the day, but all in all, when it comes to those type of situations, death don't gotta be the answer. To quote John Witherspoon, my man Pops from Friday, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. It's your man Funkadelic Jones, man. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.